Welcome, guys. Here's the newest blog post of choices about Murder at Homecoming, the upcoming new Murder Mystery VIP Choices book, which is going to be released today. So, here's an inside scoop of this book and the writer's interview. So, how the book is going to be about, we're going to learn a lot from here. So, let's get started. It's homecoming night, group pictures have been taken, corsages and boutonnieres have been gifted, and you're ready to take on the dance floor. It'll be one heck of a night to remember, especially with a murderer on the loose. So let's dive into another mystery. What more can you tell us about Murder at Homecoming? Kat, one of the lead writers, says Murder at Homecoming is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You're a teenage sleuth who takes it upon themselves to investigate a grisly murder that takes place on homecoming night. You're notorious around town for poking your nose where the cops think it doesn't belong, something like the Crimes of Passion main character. But regardless of people's opinion of you, there's one thing they can't deny: you get stuff done. Was there a particular piece of media that inspired Murder at Homecoming? Kat says, when we started Murder at Homecoming, it was heavily inspired by Nancy Drew. We kept a lot of that. In that, the book referenced the incredible HR detective Nancy Drew games, but the book is also strongly influenced by shows like Veronica Mars. There are some moments where we tried to channel Twin Peaks in a super subtle way. Sarah says, from obsessively reading the Boxcar Kids books as a youth to a Veronica Mars obsession in college to writing comedic noir detective plays and also playing a PI in multiple D&D campaigns, I'm on board with the teen private eye thing. The book is definitely more Nancy Drew meets Veronica Mars, but that doesn't mean I won't use it as an excuse to listen to my Nora Lofi playlist when writing. Icy says the outfits are inspired from looks and fashion the team had at one point in our high school life, so it was fun to bring some of those back and incorporate it into the new story. So that's interesting. What kind of you know story they have, like the dresses. We're looking forward to everything Murder at Homecoming has to offer. We have to ask, are we our own detective or will we get to team up with some friends along the way? Maybe some will catch our eye. Kat says teamwork is a huge element of Murder at Homecoming. In the story, your band together with your you band together with your Scooby gang, and they crossed it off, team to hopefully bring the victim's killer to justice once and for all. From your rebellious former best friend to the school's track star to the bereaved victim's brother, you have all your bases covered. So, Tyler, is it her brother? You have to see. The school mascot may or may not also lend their assistance. That's interesting. Mascot. What they have to do with this. Sarah says, as much as you may try to pull off the lone wolf thing, you will have to rely on someone eventually. So this probably gives her, direction that we're gonna solve it on our own. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but then something's gonna happen, and we're gonna get help from all of the three love interests we have, and maybe we're gonna see one of our friend group. Who knows? Once you figure out who you can trust just because they're cute doesn't mean they're innocent. Well, but between you and me, a certain right girl may be a bit shady, but she's also pretty dang cool. Not to mention she knows all the wrong people, which could come in handy. So they're talking about Stevie's son. Icy says you will make friends as you go through the case together and track down the culprit. And of course, along the way, you may find love. I particularly enjoy the backstory of Stevie and the history you and her have. I hope you keep an eye out for her. So we have a history, that's interesting. We definitely will. What is, in your opinion, the most unique aspect of Murder at Homecoming? Kat says it's been really interesting and unique, bringing a more mature or gritty high school story to life. So mature and gritty. So obviously this book is no high school story successor, but we will have to toe the line a bit in new graphic or violent we could make it. This is also my first time running a young adult book with a teenage cast, and when I tell you I would die for my children, I mean it. So that's interesting. They even mentioned, high school story. They mentioned it, so it's no high school story successor. They said it's a bit mature. There's graphic, there's violence, and mature. So it would probably include sex scenes, which high school story didn't have. Sarah says, just echoing Kat in saying, I would die for our kiddos. Is this unique to the book? No. I always get to attach to the characters whose stories we get to tell, but it bears repeating. Min says, "This is my first choices book. I enjoyed seeing it come together and lending assistance to the storytelling. One of my main goals was to make sure Puck had a voice in a literal sense, and I hope I did him justice." So who is this guy is, so we have to see that. Puck. Icy says, the most unique aspect I think could be the camaraderie you and your group of friends display throughout the story. We're intrigued to see what the crew gets up to. Speaking of which, did you go to your school's homecoming dance? If so, what was the theme? Kat says, I went to every homecoming dance in high school. Pretty much any excuse to dress up and dance. I take it. I don't remember the themes being as grand or interesting as we make them in choices, but we had an underwater theme once, and that was really cool. Realizing as I typed this that, in a sense, there's super grim connection to my homecoming and the homecoming in this book. Yeah, like the victim's gonna get drowned if you have watched the trailer. Sarah says, I did, but I don't remember if there was a theme or what it was. Chances are I spent a lot of it playing cards in the band hallway. Icy says, I did. It was super fun. As for the theme, I actually don't remember, since the people I was with and the experiences we had together were more memorable. Min says, high school was many moons ago for me, and I did not go to homecoming. So even though there is a murder, it's fun to experience it through the book. So we can't wait to experience the thrill that is Murder at Homecoming. Thank you for taking time to answer your questions. As always, thank you to this community team. So that's pretty much from here. We can learn about Murder at Homecoming. This is gonna be interesting when it releases. So a lot of aspects, it's no high school story successor, they said. So there's gonna be young adult book with teens. So mature in the sense that they're gonna be killing. There's gonna be violence. There's gonna be probably mature sex scenes even, and above all, the love interest. We'll have to see who we can trust, who we can't, and there's a mystery behind everyone. Tyler is probably a suspect. Could be the brother of the victim, or Donovan. Who is that? Is he our best friend from long time ago? We have a history with Stevie's son. There's a lot going on and a lot of answers. We have more questions. Pardon me. A lot of questions. So more questions than answers. So I think all will be answered each week as the chapters are released for VIPs first, and then 1.5 months later, probably near Halloween or September, October in the fall, when it comes out for all folks, and I can't wait for that. Last year it was The Unexpected Heiress in this time to August to December, and this year it's gonna be Murder Homecoming, Mystery Murder. Bring it up. I'm fired up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.